But hope so you can enjoy too, because sometimes our games, even in the battles, finishing in the end game. I compare the position one more time with mine. Looks like Ryu match, SSSR and against England, Russia against England, 1946. Pretty old game at all. It takes me about an hour to get through 1-2 pages. Really? um Well, 1-2 pages now. We have just 2 positions on this little book on the page, so it's gonna be easy. Set up the position, try to solve it. About 5 to 10 minutes per position. That's my little recommendation how you can proceed of every single exercise or end game or like individual working. And then if you cannot calculate what's going on, if you really don't understand what they're talking about, just go to the solution and try to understand it. If you still don't understand it, I can recommend solution plus engine, little bit explanation, and then maybe you can get some more notes out of this endgame and try to remember the basic positions, the basic pictures, not so much the moves, but try to remember the basic pictures and the basic tricks out of this. Alright, now we have this position where they said, I don't know what I have to do now, White's turn. I'm doing that setup for the first time, by the way. Until now, I just dragged the PGN file. Now, how to say white to move? White to move. Oh, there we go. It's a white to move, load. What about load? Okay. It's still here, so I can already play. So there we go. We have a very weak pawn h4. We can color in red. Good evening, Francesco. Hope so this time in the team with 15 boards gonna have a space for you. Please. I'll be glad if you can take a part in it. We have new upcoming sub battle on 29th. Check out the Discord, please, and subscribe on time. Hope so this time we will have a clear rules in front of us. Okay. Too much new rules to me. It's like you go to play a chess tournament and you still don't know the rules. If it's forbidden to offer draw, if you can late for the game, or there is a zero tolerance. So, oh really? Yes, I like your thought, Huffle Nelson, that you need a makeup. You need a... Hey, Jenny. So, we think about h4 weakness. So, Smyslov with black pieces, maybe we should flip the board. Yeah, there we go. Smyslov, maybe we talk about the power of the bishop, because in this case, knight looks like limited. Yeah, a little bit limited. Bad square e1, the only one available good square could be e3. The question will be, is it a good trade-off if you jump there? But at the same time, black can simply play bishop e7, and then knight is with the tie hands because he has to keep forever h4. If you give up h4, the game is over because h-pawn become pass pawn. Wegener, how are you doing, man? So, in this case, white is playing König, means king is playing a3, bishop d6, b4, f4. So we can just take a look how we use our advantage. White is having pawn majority on the queen side part, 2 against 1, but black is having pawn majority in the center, 2 against 1. So white now cannot allow f3, for example, so that's why he first push f3. There is nothing else. If knight e1, again, we're just attacking the pawn. You know, anyway, f3 is coming after bishop e7, it's kind of deflection. So, I'm fine. That's why he must push f3. Now, would you share with me, what do you prefer, guys? Capture every time before every single capture, you have a choice between what to do. So you can push, you can capture, and you can stay. Which one you prefer to do here? Let's make a poll, because it's an interesting question, I think so. Short poll, we will not waiting for 1 hour poll, of course, but let me know your opinion about it. How do you prefer to continue? E takes f4, f3. You think so it's more powerful? E3. Push. Generate a pass pawn. The question will be, even after you generate a pass pawn, is there a way to improve your position, or white could block out maybe? So please think about that in the little bit depth. 2-3 moves ahead. That's the idea. Alright, 2 minutes, Paul. Let me check out. Please use your channel points. Don't save up them completely. I have no phone and this is not good. Let's take a look. Right. It's my phone. Okay. This feels like blackjack. Staying with king e3. What do you mean king e3? We talk about black. What do you mean king e3? E3 is here. If you prefer staying, guys, that's mean bishop to e7. That's mean king to d4, king d5, king f5. That's mean staying. Wow. Blackjack. I ever played, by the way, blackjack in my life. It was very good to reach 21. Yeah, with Ara. I like casino. That's pity. I felt like I got addicted step by step. So I try to avoid casino and blackjack and whatever. White might get into Zugzwang. Might get. Do you think so? That after you push e3, I really don't have any good move. 2 and then c2, blocking your king from advancing. No, helpful now. So your knight is kind of paralyzed because anyway I will come here and capture this pawn. Where is the problem of pushing? Is somebody see a problem of pushing? You prefer to push, okay. This is kind of wrong decision just right now. But after one intermediate move, you can already push. Permanently, okay. Casinos are closed, okay. Yeah, exactly. Guys, black should play first king d4, exactly. So that is playing like Smyslov. That's great, that's great. So guys, if you first push e3, it's kind of wrong way because there is a king d3. Now where to go with the king? It's almost even position right now. It's just 0.28 for black. It's nothing. So king d4 makes the position completely different. So king d4, f takes e4. They have to take. Now if they don't take, we jump back to the paralyzing white again. So if white didn't capture, we just push e3. So they have to take. There we go. Of course we take back, and now it's white's turn. Only one move for white is close to the equal position. Hey, Mr. Jingo's little bit boring lesson to you maybe, but later we can enjoy with some more exciting puzzles and puzzle rush, puzzle battle again. Every week we are training into the sub. We're training with subs most of all, yes. Puzzle rush and puzzle battle. So this is opposition, yeah, but makes no sense if you have a bishop and so powerful pass pawn, so white has to stop this pass pawn as fast as possible. There's only one move, 91, who is stopping f3. There's only one move who control f3, and you can get access of this protection too. All right. So, knight e1, king d4. Black is ready to transfer. If you cannot push here, if you cannot attack me enough successful, if you cannot do so much, then there is a right side of the board. That's the main benefits when you have a bishop. When you have a bishop, you can use the both sides of the board. When you have a knight, it's very hard to transfer the knight from one end of the board to the other one. So it's very, very hard. That's the benefits of black. So they just threat in a very simple way. If king d2, king c4, king c2, they can stop this for a while, but then after such a waiting move, bishop e8, knight f3, bishop a7, knight g5, bishop e6, knight f3, bishop f2, there is Zugzwang. Now it's white's turn, white's Zugzwang. If you push a4, guys, you lose b4. If you come with the king on b2, boom, 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 I push. If you touch the knight, you lose h4. The game is over. So we go back to the main line, that's why, after king e1, king d4, let me see what else could try white. After king d4, he played the game king f3. Black is, of course, following his plan to attack this. So if you take this too, and white is taking f4, of course, we have an air force a pawn, much faster than h pawn, because also you should invest time to capture h5. It costs time. King e4, king b3, king d3. He tried to take some opposition, maybe. I'm not pretty sure what he's doing. Oh, no, this is not king, sorry, because on Bulgarian, K means knight, and king is completely different letter. It's calling Tsar on my language. So I mess up. So it's knight d3 right now. There we go. Can I make this promote line? Promote. Perfect. So knight d3, we take here. They have something like counterattack knight c5. We cannot take now because this will be faster than a f. So we just take here, knight takes a6, but king is coming. This pawn holding on the king, and bishop cut the knight, very, very successful. So now you can see the power of the bishop. Again, he's working on the both sides of the board. That's why we win this endgame almost with closing our eyes. So, Smyslov, this is the technique of Smyslov in this game. I can click here, maybe add to the library. Bishop, yeah, there we go. I think I added it already. Okay, hope so. So now it's very, very hard. We just realized that when you have one weak pawn, which is under potential attack of the bishop, it's very hard for the knight to be a maneuvered piece and to control the both sides of the board. We jump to the next exercise now. How to jump to the next exercise? Very nice. Okay, I have an idea. Here I save up the link. Maybe I can just make like this. All right. And now, what was the button? Analyze this. Reset. I think it was new analysis. Yeah, there we go. Setup. Clear the board. Have a trash. So we jump to the next exercise between Spassky Fischer, 1966, Santa Monica. Okay, I will do this again in front of you. Okay, I already remember the white pieces. Try just with the first with the white pieces, and then you can take a look of the black pieces, at least separate. Try to do this exercise for about 20 seconds. These are white pieces. It's very easy because we have just 5 pieces on the board, so you don't need, believe me, more than 20 seconds to remember them. But you can spend, of course, 1 minute. It's okay. G6, C5, A7. Okay, we have here G6, c5, a7, and we have knight on a5. So you can see that I don't look at the book and make like this and shake my hand or shake my head or whatever. A very useful exercise for the vision of the board. One more time, it's a white to move. Spassky is white, Fischer is black. What do you think first? Who is better here? Logis is not here to invest his channel points. They're gonna use the other one. Okay. Just for 1 minute, Paul, to share with me if you think so that white is better or black is better. Let me know. Spassky, you support Spassky white pieces or you support Fischer black pieces? The bishop can trap the knight on d5. Sure, yeah. Looks like something natural. The question will be how full Nelson. I have 1-2 square to kick out the bishop, and you need a 1-2-3 squares and no excessive e4 square to keep the bishop. So it's not a real trap, it's gonna be wasting of time, because anyway I wish to centralize my king and push the c pass pawn somehow. Otherwise it's a fresh idea, yes. Black has 3 isolated pawns, exactly, 3 pawn islands. Pawn on both sides of the board, better is bishop than knight, again, maybe, we will see now. If they get rid from this weakness, so you should create some strategy that you have to create a pass pawn here. This will be the easiest way to win the game. And of course, king can try to go inside here as fast as possible, or hold on the knight there too. It's kind of interesting plan, idea. They said that if right now Fischer tried to get rid from the weakness, like pushing of g5, g5 is a help. When opponent is having pawn majority, like 2 against 1, it's not really good advice you have to push, because pushing is helping to the opponent to make a pass pawn faster. How to make pass pawn faster? Just g3 h4, there we go. So g3 h4 is the easiest way to make a pass pawn. Hey Kwashu, how are you doing? White start first game with h. Oh wait, what's going on? I saw Kwashu and we did wrong. Okay, so now it's white to move. I have to load the position, I forgot. Now I can move already. h4 was the continuation of Spassky. Knight c4. Let me see if in this case again bishop is stronger than knight. Besides this, also 3 isolated pawns on the board. Oh, sorry, bishop wasn't there. Bishop wasn't there. Nobody share with me with this. Oh no, I cannot go back. Uh-oh. I'm genius. I cannot go back. When I already load, I can never go back. I'm fine. Okay, I have to set up the position again. I mistake the position of the bishop. I was wondering what's going on. Okay. Okay, to generate a strategy how to make a pass pawn, it's also not so easy. Not so easy. Okay, there we go. There are 2 videos of Daniel Rensch, one of the holders of chess.com, what I can recommend about the vision of the board. You can use them for free. If you have, I think, I'm not sure if it's only about the diamond membership, you should have some payment membership to watch them. Okay, load. All right, h4, there we go, let's go. Knight c4, king e2, knight e5. They try to bring the knight into the center because kind of flexibility next. King e3. King f6, king f4. Bishop c2 was more precise, and then king even can go to the e4 with this threat. Knight f7. Such a strange move, then he just goes back. Now g5. Question mark to g5. Hey, Lucky Fritter, how are you doing? We're exactly to the topic, most of all, that bishop is stronger than knight, so take care. Now, very important decision again in front of you guys. Your favorite question. I think it's very important because very often we did a mistake out of this. When you have a question in front of you, there is a chance to make a mistake. When you have capture in front of you, there is a chance to make a mistake. So, do you really need a clear pass pawn, or this will make the job of black maybe even easier after he could get a potential sacrifice of the knight for any pawn and maybe make a draw. Also, one very important thing, you should take care what kind of corner you have here. So do you have the correct color of the bishop? In this case, yes, you have. If you have a dark square bishop, the all black idea has to be to take these two pawns, doesn't matter of what price of, sacrifice everything, and then he just bring the king to the corner. So please take a look if this is a potential good pass pawn or it's a bad one. In this case, it's a good one. Push h5. Okay. We have push of h5. Wrong topic. h5. Perfect. h5 is the power in this case. Because they have to care about this pawn. You cannot pay zero attention next. And it's going to be connected pass pawn. Knight h6, king d3, king e5. Activating the kings. Bishop a8. So far away. Right, king c4. g4. a4. Exclamation mark to the a4. g8. Push. Black can simple stay. One more time, the knight is paralyzed. Knight is very famous with the flexibility, but it's more or less connected with the closed positions, not pretty opened, when the bishop could trap him, attack him, and you can use the power of the pass pawns too. Knight g8 again, a5, knight g6, bishop e4. Limit that square at all. Push g3, king b5. So white is ready, of course, to attack the next pawn. Bishop b1. Keep distance is helping to avoid out of this king e5, king d4, and then push maybe. So you save up like tempo, and bishop far away, of course, is working enough good too. King a6. Now black doesn't have time for that because you just take and you just push. It's enough fast. King c6, bishop a2, stop this pawn. And Fischer resigned with black. Spassky won this game in Santa Monica one more time, 1966. Hey, Loggies! Your favorite topic and games. Hello, Rochengarg. Alright, so we have another sidelines here. Maybe we can take back a little bit to go deeper to the position. Move number 5, just to look at the different continuation. Like, if they stay like knight h6, like if they don't hurry up about pushing of g5 and generate this pass pawn, Yeah, he always mentions the wrong bishop. Yeah. Now, you should. Yeah, now you can sacrifice H and G pawn. Again, white will get excessive A pawn in the end of this variation. So even if you sacrifice G and H, you can be faster than black into the queen side part with A pawn. So you invest most of all your attention to the queen side part to promote A pawn. For example, King D3, knight f5, king c4, we sacrifice this, as we mentioned before, we take this, king e5, bishop b7, keep distance, king e4, king b5, king g3, king a6, king takes g2, knight takes g2, king takes a7. Okay, Mr. Jingus, okay, don't worry. Feel free when you're ready. So now, A pawn is pretty far away. Now the main question will be, is knight can somehow reach A pawn? This is the main question. This will be the final goal. What did we just learn? We just learned that now, right now, knight is pretty far away, so he's not so flexible. We just push. Let's finish this, because they finish with the exercise, but maybe we have to do it with more push analysis. Now just knight is under attack and he's pretty limited. Yeah, these all squares are under our control. Knight a5, you're gonna be trapped. King b6, simple chess. Knight e3, again, limitation of the knight looks very easy in this case. We cannot push because knights control a5, so we have to first kick out the knight. If there is a knight e6, we just can push exactly, and the next step, king here, attack the knight, and ready to push. So for sure the knight will be kicked out. If they try to push too, was the correct move. Maybe also we can bring, the king here. If he's coming to the light square to stop this, we first push, kick the knight out, and there we go. Even if you take, there is not enough time for black to promote. And now this is completely winning. Of course, the conclusion is bishop was again much stronger on the both sides of the board, working on stop this pawn, stop the other one, kick out the knight, the only one defender. I'm gonna show you easy technique, by the way, for those of you who are not so confident in this case, how to win this. We have several zigzag checks. There is a theoretical draw only if the pawn is bishop pawn on f2, either c2 or h2, or rook pawn h2, either a2. There is a theoretical draw. Because we use the stalemate situation, like moving the king in the both cases in the corner. So if white king is pretty far away, we don't have improvement at all. Boom, boom, boom. Let's say in a zigzag, we just bring the queen as fast as possible and using this key square. Now they don't have this because we just win the pawn. So zigzag. Just try to remember this zigzag method. King g1. Then, of course, without king support, we can never win the pawn. And next, we continue with the next zigzag. There we go. Next zigzag. There we go. You can check by this. You can check by this. It's all your choice. Belong to. You bring the king, and now, if they go in front, they cannot push. So you use the fact that you cannot push. And next step is very easy. We have a long check right now. And wherever you go, you lose the pawn. Or if you go here, you're close to the checkmate 2, queen e2, and there we go. With the support of the king, it's very easy. Go to the next exercise. I am going to add this to the library. Game number 2. And I go to the new setup. Clear the board. Okay. Yes, but how for Nelson, we have to somehow provoke him to be in front of the pawn and then activate the king. Exactly. 50 moves row doesn't work. Hey here, Gangyu. Hey, happy to see you. Happy to see you. We jump down to the more pieces, so I will. It's not easy. Easy chess, because you didn't order my new book, Easy Simple Chess. How to play easy simple chess and 2 seconds rule. 2 seconds rule. With the huge help of my students. I find out after 28 years of playing chess, I find out 2 seconds method. Of course, I'm joking. I'm joking because some of my students are playing a little bit like rushing way. We talk about 100 times about how to invest correct the time, how to calculate better, and what the calculations we talk about if you take decision for 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Maybe there are 3, 5 candidates moves, but you take decision for 2 seconds. Makes no sense. Okay, so there we go. Smyslov Tal. My favorite Tal is black pieces. Again, I'm gonna push you to find out. In this case, it's black to move, so I'm gonna flip the board because it's just black to move. I don't know who won the game. It's gonna be your decision, maybe. The game is between Smyslov Tal, Smyslov White, Mikhail Tal Black in Moscow, 1964. Very, very short poll, just to not waste so much time, just to take your opinion, guys. This will be useful for the chat and for me too. You've been there and you watched? Okay, 1964. So, my mother was 4 years old. This is the conclusion. My mother was 4 years old. This is funny note, no? Please use your channel points, you just have seconds. I'm waiting for your decision and then I can talk more about candidates, maybe. 50-50. White, black. 50-50. Okay, 50-50. Okay. Somebody supports Smyslov, somebody supports Mikhail Tal. Alright, guys. This backward pawn is at the same color of the bishop. The other next weakness is, of course, at the same color as this bishop. So, I guess no comment. All my weaknesses, like b6 is not reachable by knight, is not reachable by king, so I will not talk about b6. But f5, I keep it in a very, very easy way. Also, knight is kind of trapped. Look at that knight. Where is the only one availability? This is the c2 square. So, I don't think so. This is, we should talk about the power of the knight also in this case. Yeah, not so bad to know that on page 12 we talk about the power of the bishop, so maybe most of the exercises bishop is stronger in this chapter. So who bet about the knight has a wrong thought. Okay, what has to be the strategy of black, of Mikhail Tal? You think so? He used to play h5? Oh, your mother was 6, my mother was 4. Okay. Logis answer. Okay. Just ask a question. No, this is just this chapter. You miss, I think, the chapter about the knight. It was at the beginning. Oh, next chapter we have. I mean, there's the like updating. Like they add more pieces next. They're adding in the next chapter rooks, so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun with the rooks on the board, and then also minor pieces. We have Petrosyan, we have Karpov games, but all of them, yeah. And after about 5 pages, we have middle game part. Oh no, this is not my book. Yeah, we're searching for a way how black could improve the position, guys. So Chinese just Bulgarian, bishop against knight. Bishop e8, get behind white. You mean that road, bishop e8, bishop h5, go behind here, either here. Yeah, makes more sense. He starts with king f6. He tried to reach actually h5 somehow. And the main goal anyway gonna be provoke h3, and then h3 could be under attack, or if they don't push h3, we try to capture h2 for free. So easy, no? So they're gonna be provoked to play h3, but then we have a 1, 2, 3 pawns on the light square. So this will be great. King side, yes, exactly. So king f6, let's go faster. King b3, king g6, because it costs time. King a3, he's just waiting for, because he's with a little bit tight hands, yeah. So now white is again provoked to play h3, as we said before. King g4, king h3, king takes h2 is coming. That's why he's provoked to do that. After we provoke that, it's like kind of intermediate move, provoke some weakness, and then king already did his job. He's ready to bring him back. King b3, king g7, king a3. What's the next step? Some triangulation, some more tricks. King b3, bishop e8, some more waiting moves, I guess. Okay, knight g2. Knight is taking a breath. We have another move too, like knight to f3. Come on, I cannot go back. Oh, I have a little bit bad news. I didn't press load. So stupid. Okay. Again, I forgot to press load. Okay. Let's change this. So I will set up again and do it very fast. Just a second. King has to be here, bishop was here, and knight was here. There is not so big change to the position. Now it's black to move. I clicked black, but I forgot to make a load. Pawn is here, of course. Load. Okay, now I go faster again to the same line. King f6. Oh no, now king is not here. King is not here now. Okay, I'm gonna make it like that. So king g6, anyway, king a3, king h5. I hate this setup. King g6, we provoke that. King b3, there we go. King g7, king a3, king f6, king b3, bishop e8, knight g2. So I'm talking about if there is a knight f3 on the board, what we can do. Bishop h5, attacking the knight. There we go. Knight to e5, we go finally behind. That was maybe the idea of the king here, to be under check. King a3. King e6, you should avoid knight d7 fork. Knight c6. I'm Scorpio, nothing will stop me. h6, Zug, Zwang, guys. Zug, Zwang. It's about -3 right now for black. Everything looks like even. You know, the pieces are even, so it's a very good deal to understand why now black is completely winning. So if they try to push g4, for example, there is a bishop d1, And black king will already go inside. If you capture, take this next. Unstoppable. If g5, you of course take, and push. It's gonna be unstoppable too. Hey Jerry Emo, hey. It was about the Christmas homework. It was some kind of joke, but yeah, he late a little bit, but yeah. He started singing "Please Forgive Me" to the Bryan Adams song, so he's one of my favorites anyway. So what else to do? I just did it. Knight f3. No, we're not here. Knight g2. We're here to the main line. This is the game between again Smyslov Tau. Bishop h5. Limitation again. King c2. Activate the bishop is going behind. Knight a1. Bishop f1. There we go. Finally, we reach h3 pawn. Not like you, Lucky Fritter, yeah? 1 year, one homework. Okay, so knight f3, bishop takes h3. Why h4 is forbidden, guys? What's the reason that h4 is forbidden? What should black do? After h4, for example. Let's take a look of additional lines. Why h4 is so bad? King is going inside. Boom, 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 boom. Unstoppable. Wait, maybe it's not that easy. Just a second. So if we go king g6... Wait, do we start with king g6 or we start with any other move? What about knight f3 and knight e5 though? What about this? I stopped that. I got activity of the knight. And I can think about counterattack too. I think some other move has to be very important before we go inside. Again, Logis took decision about 2 seconds. Bishop g2, Wegener, please, don't do this, blunder, man. Don't do this, blunder. We don't have this in the book. It's just additional question of me. Don't think so that I'm watching only the book. I'm also seeing this exercise. I'm reading first time in my life this book in front of you. So I don't know it. So I'm like you. I just like asking additional questions. Taku is here, our powerful man, and then we are ready to bring the king to g4. Yes, there we go. So, that's why they give up the pawn. There we go. With the move knight f3 in the game. Bishop takes h3. Of course, such a sweet pawn, but what's going on? Double attack. Bishop g2, knight takes h7, king g7, knight g5, king g6. Such a triangulation of the king. Maybe, because if you go direct here, there's a knight f8 check, knight e7, and reach b6 as fast as possible. And b6 is dark square, we don't have a real protection of it. So that's why this triangulation of the king. Zero counterattack of white. Zero. Bishop c6. There we go. Don't forget about the next weakness. King c1. Bishop g2. What? Why bishop g2? Oh, this said that he could take, but maybe there's a knight e6 somehow. No, there's access of the knight to e5, and he can come here to take b6. So he didn't wish to allow that, I guess. Simple chess, king h5. He preferred to attack him in this way. He thinks so he could be faster. If you're a fan of Russian books, you can check out some more here too. Depends of what a speaker you are. Smyslov is white pieces, Mikhail Tau is black. We're following the black perspective because black, of course, won this endgame. We look at today the chapter, the power of the bishop. So Lucky Fritter is coming to the wrong stream. Okay. He won 65%. Wow. Yes, you can check out some basic lessons, some basic fundamentals in chess.com, some basic drills, basic puzzles, like you have perfect menu here into the puzzles. Don't go to this one with rating, go to this one without rating, and then you can select different topics to check out the all topics to be familiar with. Okay. Knight c7, bishop c6, king e6. Oh no, knight e6. Wait, what on knight e6? I mess up. Knight c7, bishop c6. Yeah, knight e6, a4. But when we capture the pawn. Oh wait. What's going on here? Oh, I'm pretty far away. Knight e5. We cannot take now the knight because this pawn is fast and furious. Fast and furious. Thank you so much for following. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, Latvian Gambit is, yeah, very good one. Sure. Knight e7, attacking the bishop, bishop d7. Of course, it's important to keep f5 on time. Knight d5, we are ready to take here. He captured here, bishop e8. What do we have now? We have this pass pawn, and we have potential this one too. Bishop e8, knight d5. He keeps that, king f3. It's a white to move. Interesting situation. Bishop c6, knight e6. He tried to take this. Also, black is having some weaknesses because all of his pawns are on the dark squares. Okay. Now, we have, again, forever weakness here, and the power of the pawn holding on the power of the knight. So, a3, knight b3, a2, push, 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 push. King c1, king takes f4, king b2, king b3. There we go. Push, push, push. The next one, though, there is no escaping. There is no escaping. Even we can sack the bishop. Again, the power of the knight is close to 0 in this case. Push, push, push. It's winning. I'm going to finish this endgame because it could be not so clear for you, but actually it's pretty clear. You don't need to calculate opposition in this case. You need an outflanking and push, push, push to the end. Easy win. Add to the library. This was the exercise number 3. Okay. This is how my friend Mikhail Tau won the game. Next game, Holmov, Vasyukov, Moscow 1966. I guess both are Russian, but we go to the little bit more complicated exercises now. Clear the board. So push, push, push. we're gonna do it now. We have enough pawns. Don't worry. Yeah. Hard copy. Hey, Sledgehammer. Our powerful sub-battle team is here. It's very strange that when in general other websites, when you click on one pawn, you have already the pawn in your hand, and you can click 5 times maybe. Alright, so I hope I will not forget about press load button this time. Okay, there we go. Don't forget about the topic is the power of the bishop. So maybe I have to stop asking you who will win this endgame. It's a white turn in this case. Load. Great. Exercise number 4, I become real pro. Okay, guys. Ratmir Holmov. I don't know this guy. Yeah. Lion. You know him? Oh, okay, great. So it's a white's turn. I'm waiting for a little bit suggestions or just a plan. You can create a plan. So if you have any plan, please share it with me. Where do you wish to have your bishop? Which pawn structure could be improved? Which side we have to start pushing, and so on. Chess fundamentals. Gian Bartolomeo. Yeah, he's chess-able guy. Yeah, you have 100 exercises, chess and games in chess.com too. Some basics, also for all levels. My photo with the sign. Yeah, I could, yeah. I'm still waiting for somebody to draw me, you know? I really wish this my basic picture with the blue dress I wish somebody to draw me. I ordered to the 2 people, but they don't do so much. They didn't do it at all, so I wanted to paste this into my website too. Or something like caricature, I'm not sure. I'm searching for a good drawer, painter, art. You see PG4. What's mean PG4? Push G4. A3. Okay, A3 B4 is one of the idea. The other one is something like G4. So which side do you think so you have to push? Yeah. But you're gonna have a problem a little bit with the C4 hanging pawn. So somehow maybe you should protect it. In this case, bishop is better. Yeah, knight is fixing our e4 isolated pawn. Yes, we have isolated pawn, but it's not gonna be in danger. It's not gonna be under attack. Okay, we keep going now. How? Whole move continue. Bishop g2. So king f6. In short, oh yeah, okay. Bishop h3, king e7, bishop c8, b6, bishop h3. So we provoke b6 just because now there are plenty of weak squares around, so we can use them later. Here we go, we bring the bishop back with this plan. g5, bishop e2, counterattack here to provoke g4. So we have some plan at the beginning. First plan was to provoke f6, g5. We did it. So after bishop e2, we provoke g4. Position is closed, but position is closed and now black get backward, very weak pawn at the same color as our bishop. So this is a very, very good. It's not closed pawn structure. You mess up. Pawn structure is not closed. You mess up. Position is completely opened. If you have pawn here and I have pawn here, I can be agree with you. Take e, b, t, s, x, u. So this was the first plan, to block out these and generate a backward weak pawn at the same color as our bishop. If black is going to the b4 square like knight 6, knight b4, then our idea is to push a3. And then black will try to reach e5. So let me see what they did. G4, bishop D1, king E6. Position, we can say that it's not open completely because you cannot push, you cannot have access of this, either this. We can say that it's semi-closed. So knight could be flexible. Sure, actually now black is better. Yeah, depends on position. Black is slightly better. It's like exception of the main rule now. Because, exactly, it's semi-closed position. Yeah, but they're in the same color as the bishop, so now... Also, yes, this is backward pawn, he provoked that, he has some plan, but he doesn't have access to this pawn. So let me see if he can figure out and if he can hold on. And knight is much more flexible. You can reach d4, you can reach b4 weak square, you can bring the king to e5, it's completely free to you. There is no access for this bishop. Now knight f3 was a mistake in the game. They said, not that huge one, but what could be the correct move? Knight f3 is a bad, could be kind of bad move. Bishop d3 because white can come here, I think so, to stop king e5, something like that. So what could be the powerful move? Stop king f4 completely, followed by king e5, and then you can dance on the board. You can bring the knight to d4. Super much flexibility. Yes. But he jumped to the f3. It's not a huge mistake. Anyway, he won the game. And now we can talk about more close the position, especially after this is fixed completely. Active king, active knight. Same color as his own bishop. White is in huge trouble in this case. Now, they said that after a6, white is in some kind of Zugzwang. So we have something like bishop b1, a6. Wait, do we have another position here? Because they said after 20 moves. Is this the same position? Oh, knight is already on... no, it's not. So knight is already on b4. So maybe he just used to play first here, knight here, bishop b1, or bishop c2, knight b4, bishop b1, and now it's a black to move. Now it's a black to move. So he used to play a6. a3, knight c6, we try to provoke a3, otherwise it's kind of Zugzwang. Why? Wherever they touch the king, we just go inside with the king on d4. You don't have free square for the king, yeah? White king is pretty limited. If you touch the bishop, you lose a2, so you're in Zugzwang. You have to push a pawn, but with pushing of a pawn, you generate b3 weak pawn. So we just bring the knight back, bishop c2, knight a5. Another kind of Zugzwang. Pressure here, pressure here. King d3, knight 6. King d3, knight d4. Find out this double attack. Of course, there's only one move. And now we jump to the third part of the plan. So first part was to close here the position. I was wrong at the beginning. Look at the white perspective. We have to look at here the black perspective. I'm not sure why they moved this game to the bishop's power. Oh yeah, they actually, there's some kind of new chapter about semi-closed pawn structure. It's not closed, it's semi-closed. And now the third part of the plan is coming. First part was to block out this. Second part was to provoke a3 and generate b3 backward pawn. And we jump now to the third part of the plan. How to win the game next. A5, sledgehammer, okay. To win the game, you should start trading off some... Yeah, Zugzwang, but where? Now it's your turn. What a Zugzwang. It's your turn. Well, if you push A4, I push A4. If you push A5, I push A4. Then what? You can just write... Grandmaster Hemi, please write down just F5 if you want to push the pawn F5. And if you don't write down any piece in front of this notation, that's mean pawn automatic. B5, you can create a weakness by yourself. I'm not sure about B5 because I can simply capture. Sorry. You have to take. And then I can generate a pass pawn here. So it's kind of... So you see, guys, in such a simple, almost white is paralyzed, you try to give me chance. Such a simple position. Don't give me any single chance. Okay. Chocolate pudding. Oh no, I stopped eating sugar about 3 months. So please, don't talk about sweets so much, guys. Please. Excuse me, but you're gonna be timeout if you start talking about sweets. F5. So, to win the game, we should trade off something because, for example, there is a weak backward pawn, but we don't have access of this. So F5 is the correct continuation. One more time. A5 is kind of strong, but there is A4, and now again it's your turn. F5. Exactly. If pawn takes, did they take? Yeah, they have to take, otherwise we take. There's no defense about. So they have to take. This is kind of fork. There is only one move now, king f2, and we got access of the central square. Logis knows the endgames. By the way, he's joking, but he has a very, very good endgame skills. I was surprised in our our last lesson of the... It was 1 hour endgames just. Focusing on that, so he just gave me a good results, good calculations. So if he is using his brain, his calculation skills, he's doing a great job. But if he hurry up, very often he mess up. King e2. You don't need to push. You can simply go behind. King c3. Now, king d1. Knight e8. We just activate the knight into the better square, because if you come here, we just come here, and now you should go back. Makes no sense to attack me. King c1, at least stop king b2. Knight f6. Not really, king d1. They don't have moves, so we are using now the maneuver of the knight. Go back, king b2. Of course, we jump to the correct move now. b5, cb, db. Yeah, Francesco, but my king is here, so you cannot push, use this pass pawn. Because so you're gonna be also in trouble here. So even if you generate a pass pawn and I bring my bishop here, I hold on the position. King is in front and you cannot promote so easy. King d2 exclamation mark. The only one move. This set. King takes a3. King c3. Now our king is kind of trapped, don't you think so? He's in the end of the board. I don't know if chocolate pudding helps, yeah, but he's having a good skills. I'm not joking. CB, AB, bishop g6, a5, king c2, push. Okay, shot. What's the next move? Who was this guy? I already forgot. Some Russian name. Vasilkov. Okay. What is Vasilkov doing right now? a4. He doesn't have a pawn. What are you talking about? Oh. Yeah, he can move to Belgium. He's close to Belgium. Come on, chat, you can do it. c4. Push, push, push! Bishop g6. I will not spending time about that. You don't need king a2. By the way, king a2 gonna be the wrong way. I just take, you give me check. But then I just tap the pawn. Boom! And you're in trouble. No, if I capture the pawn, of course, you can simple... You can simple push. Makes no sense. When you go in front, there is a check by knight. Push, 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 push. Promote by check. Please don't waste time about king a2. It's gonna be losing then. He didn't capture at all. He just played bishop to g6. C takes b3. King d3. Push, push, push. King d4. Knight f6. We have to take care about h-pawn at the same time. Because if now h5, we can simply capture it. It's kind of deflection because b1 queen. Of course. Should be 1, knight h5. Boom. King d5, knight takes g3. King f4, knight f1. Takes g4, knight d2. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, they continue a little bit more. Bishop d3. Knight c4, g4, b3, h5, knight to a3. Whoa, h6. Knight c2, barrier, disconnection. Okay, I'm going to check the variation what to talk about after finishing this. So now h7, we promote what? Maybe queen. Queen 2. And now they said that now we've got endgame where black is completely winning. Let me know if you agree with this and what could be your next move continuation. I guess that the game didn't finish on move 22, but yeah, queen c1. They just give us this final move for black, and with little explanation that this is much better for black. Why? Because we have about 1,000 checks with our queen and knight, and even we can try to win the bishop. So even the queen endgame, if you decide to capture the knight on c2, could be winning, because we have so much advanced pawn b4. Let's check out the variation of like Frieder, what he tried to talk about. He said about when the king was where? I don't see pawn a. What? Are you talking about this? Or you talk about when the king is on b2, you mean? It's blockade, barrier, isn't it the same? When you put a barrier, you cannot cross, no? So it's the same. When you cannot cross, you're blocked. So there is a barrier. It's kind of barrier too. Anyway, now a4. What do we have? King d2. Okay, a4. We go back. If you keep going with king c1, what a plan we can create next. Here. So if king d2, there's a knight e4. If you capture like that, there is a boom. Waiting move. Winning position. Winning opposition. You go to the left, I go to the right. You go to the left, you go to the right, I go to the left. Wherever you go, I have the opposite side taking and completely winning endgame. Easy, no? Okay. Let me know if you'd like to continue with fighting with the rooks on the board. We have interesting exercises. If you go deeper to them, We have 3 more pages reaching the middle game part, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 exercises here. It's gonna be too much. We just covered 4 out of them. There we go. Let's check out what do you think, so chat? How do you wish me to continue? Much too complicated for poor 1-9. After bishop d3, who would promote first? After b1, queen, bishop takes... Bishop d3 when? Wait a second. When bishop d3? Oh no, I have no battery. Please check out the question and let me know how do you wish to continue the stream. More endgames you're interested of? Or puzzles, or puzzle battle, or survival. Let me know your preferences, guys. Oh, thank you, Lion. Thank you. Vesiku, 6-time champion of Moscow. Name a book. No. It's not about him. It's just part of this. I'm so sorry. I'm not so familiar with the Russian history. No, we have rooks already including into the board, so it's like rook, both rooks, and knight against both rooks and bishop. This is the upcoming lesson, maybe another week, or maybe we can continue even today. I'm pretty open to continue. Because I love endgames anyway. So we reach page number 17 now. We don't hurry up. We try to add more variations. We try to answer to the additional questions. Let's check out the Sultar question. I'm not sure which move he's talking about. Promote first after b1, after we promote. There we go. b1, h8. Do you talk about this? Who would promote first after b1, queen, bishop takes b1, knight takes b1? Oh, I see your question. Oh, no. The idea is to make a barrier. No sense to calculate this, Sultar. If you talk about promote, what a promote. No, you're pretty slow now. It's just 1, 2. Nothing to calculate. Oh, chat, you like endgames? Oh, I'm impressed. So makes no sense now to calculate. You have 1, 2, 3 upcoming moves. And now it's my turn. So you're too slow if your question, Sultar, was like this. I'm very happy to answer to your additional questions, guys. So feel free. Yes, okay. Sure. Let's go to the next setup though. Before, when the king was on d2? I guess you can ask the question when is the correct moment. Otherwise, I'm not sure now which moment you talk about. King to c2. When the king was on d2. Maybe here? But how to promote now b-pawn? Okay, now king is on d2, but next move king is already on c3. Later was on d2. Oh, do you mean now? You mean about the knight, not the king. Okay, you mean about the knight. You make me confused, yeah. You decide to make me confused. Okay, let's count this. We talk about this, I guess. Okay, there we go. So push. Oh, it's gonna be draw. It's gonna be draw now. So it's more potential win the other game, not this one. It's more potential win because it's our tempo. Bishop, queen and knight against queen and bishop, but it's our tempo. And one more time, we have about 1,000 checks. And now, actually, it's very, very simple now. Probably some kind of check like queen c3 or some kind of check you have on one move. Well, I just try to trade off the queens. Now it's pretty easy, 100 checks too, but for the white side. So the other one was more potential win because it's gonna be your turn. I jump to the next. You wish to see a rook. Everyone was happy with the rook endgames. Okay. Nice to hear that. Next game. Alekhine against Reti 1926 Zemmering. It's kind of complicated now. More pieces. There we go. It's hard to decide also who is better, I guess. But I can make a poll again. Even I don't know who will be better, who will win the game. I can check out the final result. Yeah, we've got several moments how we could promote, but we're searching for the most comfortable for our, not so much the fastest one, but the most potential win. No, not there. Knight. Rook e8, rook f8. You have a good knight. You have a good knight. And where's the bishop on g2? Oh no, we have pawn on e2 also. Wait, I still didn't order the position. It's not the website. Wait, sorry. It's a chess.com. Just set up the position, so I just go to the analysis board into the chess.com, and then I move them to the some library just to have them, like archive library. There we go. Like the bishop, you know very well that rook is working again. He's very, very powerful to the both sides of the board. So we are using the power of the rook too. Rook is separate from the knight with this power. He can work on the open files on the both sides of the board. So knight just need weak squares, good outpost, such a e5, f5, g5, g4 are very, very good squares for the knight. So how rooks could be coordinated with the knight, or how rooks could be coordinated with the bishop in this case? So white is having kind of space advantage here. Wait, it's a white's turn. Hope so I'll not forget to press load. Okay, we are ready now. Wait, what's going on? Oh no! I was wondering what is showing the engine. Engine showing d8 queen. I messed up that on the left side it's not a1. Oh my god, I'm so bad. Okay, let's go back to the new position. Because I flipped so much, I forgot that this is not white side when I set up. I'm so bad. You see how bad I could be. Nobody see my mistakes. Nobody cut me. Okay, let's do it again. Probably you have already opinion about the position. Yeah, I was focusing about the pieces to set up as fast as possible, and you see, as much as you hurry up, you can do more mistakes. This is the conclusion. All the time look at please a1 on the left corner. Has to be a1. It has to be dark square. It has to be a1. Otherwise, it will not work. I said to myself, what the hell is d8 queen showing? The computer analyzes d8 queen, and then it's getting funny to me. Okay, I'm almost ready. Don't worry. Don't worry, be happy. It's a whites to move. Alekhine or Reti? Who do you prefer to win this game? Do you think so white is better here? Or you think so it's not pretty open game and the white bishop could be blocked? What do you think? I think so. This is alright. Do you think so based on the white space, white is better, or or maybe black could hold on? Yeah. I enjoy with myself. I enjoy with my mistakes, so otherwise. It's because of the chocolate pudding vlog. I'm still thinking about it. When you don't eat sugar, you stop thinking about all the sugar in the world. So I guess this is the reason. 95. Oh, 95. It's too much. White win, Mr. Jingles. You take Alekhine. Alright. Somebody take Reti, or all of you prefer white pieces with this space, this e-file control for the moment, this advanced central pawn, and the bishop too. Think about the all pieces, guys. If black somehow reach e5 square by knight, you could prefer black. Somebody prefer white, somebody prefer black. Oh my god, okay guys. They said if we delay the rooks right now, white could be better based on, again, the space. So something like bishop h3 here, activity of the king here, go there to the d4, and probably push c5, probably. So bishop could be, without rooks on the board, stronger than knight. But they said very crystal clear that with the rooks on the board, the evaluation of the position is changed completely. Because of the space of the rook, because of the control of e-file. King f2. Don't forget about who is the most important piece in every endgame. King. King. Nobody else. King. Knight to c8. You can jump to f5, but what are you doing next? Not so much. White is hurry up, of course, to generate a pass pawn. Generate a pass pawn. Guys, rook e3 looks like the most natural move. I know rook, if you man this rook, yeah, double the rooks. But after king f7, I can trade off both rooks, maybe. c5. Oh yeah, this doesn't work because we can take here. Yeah, we can take here. Okay, it's kind of interesting plan. Yes. Knight c8, maybe. Yeah, he can try to hold on with knight c8 next. Okay, this is also another good decision. Yeah, rook e3 followed by c5 followed by engine, but they are not playing like engine, so they prefer this plan. Maybe he would like to keep the rook on the c file because we want to step on c7 after capture. So it's kind of keeping the pressure on the c file and using the power of one rook, keeping the rook on the board. He could win the game maybe faster. Activity of the king. As I mentioned at the beginning, king d4 is one of the most important things. What has to be your goal? a4, push, push, push. a5, push, push, push. If they don't push a6, you can break through with a6 and bring the rook here as fast as possible and capture here, go inside, attack this, pin the d-pawn, 100 threats around. a6, c6, break through, attack the basic weakness. Not really red to major. Middle game part is coming not every time when the opening book move stopped, because you can play some rare opening what is not really in the book and then we cannot say if you play first move a4 such a shit, you know, and we cannot say that you have already the middle game part. The middle game begins when not really when you finish the development of all your pieces, of all your minor and all your heavy pieces at all. Then it's starting the middle game part. Rook g7, rook f7, mouse slip. Okay, c6, breakthrough, b5. Guys, very important move in front of white. Have fun, Nelson. Very important move with exclamation mark for white side now. You're welcome. You're welcome. A takes b6. En passant. Okay, A takes b6. Where I am? Move 11. Move 11. Knight takes b6. We will not talk so much about c takes b6 because if you leave your knight to b6 like that, to c8 like that, you're gonna die soon. e4, breakthrough, open up the game, and so on. So knight takes b6, such a natural thing. Rook a3, Mr. Jingus. You mess up the square. a3, not e3. e3 is here. a3, you should attack the weakness. And this pawn is in your pocket already. Capture a6. There's a one preventive move. If somebody in the chat could find that, how white could completely block, completely stop any single counterattack of black right now before capture a6. So this could be something like in between move before capture a6. What could be this move? Very sneaky move. Very important little move. e3, exactly. e3. This is the counterattack of black. But he didn't pay so much attention, he just take on a6. Let me see if this is so dangerous. Of course it's not, but of course black push f4. Last hope. Last hope. f4, g4. White has to close the game, otherwise if you take, boom. g4. Takes, bishop takes. f3, bishop takes. Rook f4, counterattack. You can see that already black take a little brief. Take a little brief. Rook h2, rook e3. Rook h5, rook g3. Push. Bishop f3, rook h4. It's so, yeah. We take one more pawn, try to collect as much as possible. If one pass pawn is not enough, if one extra pawn is not enough, you just go to the second one and trade off pieces. All minor pieces are off the board. Rook b2, rook g8. Rogi said something about the endgames. I didn't see. They say middle game begins when the rooks are connected. King e7, rook g7, check, check, check. King d8, king c3. Keep every single pawn. Pawns are potential queens, so please respect the pawn's power. Very often you just give them like a hot bread to the opponent. Hot breakfast. Hot dog. There we go. Boom! Boom is coming. Why? Where is the win here? It's crystal clear. Yes, knight was a tough place piece, but he was the blocker. He was the great blocker right now. So we cannot do so much if he's still on the board. If he's still on the board. So we should eliminate him after c takes b6. We just capture, push here, push here, push, 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 supported by bishop g4. You can simple promote. Yeah. Go. All in. All in. Okay. Let's go for one more exercise. Setup. Where is A1 now? Look at very well where is A1. Here we go. Okay, perfect. Let's study the mistakes. Defended 2. 3 pawns. 2 advanced pass pawns, I can say. I can add to this. Yudovic Zagoryansky. Moscow 1949. Yudovic Zagoryansky. We have a position like that. Again, white is having the bishop. Two rooks are here. Wait, why my pawn disappear? Super strange, super strange. Okay. Oh, it's not completely true. You can get a queen endgame, and it shouldn't be safe to jump with the king in the center. It's not completely true stats, Logis. I'm not completely agree about the endgame part. Ay, ay, ay. I'm drunk. I'm drunk, kind of drunk. No sugar, I'm drunk. Okay, it's White's turn here. I'm waiting for your suggestions. Let's go. White's turn. Let's go. You can have a heavy pieces endgame. For example, 2 queens and 2 rooks on the board. Not so much pawns around. It could be... We call the endgame like... the most powerful piece on the board. So if we still have queens on the board, it could be queen endgame. So queen and 2 rooks or queen and 1 rook against queen and 1 rook. There is no access, believe me, to the king to the center. So king cannot, it's forbidden to go in the center. Oh, are off of the board. Okay, okay, now I'm agree. Okay, now I'm agree. Yeah. Because it's very hard to keep 8 minor pieces on the board. Yeah, sure. Physical fitness. It's White's turn. I'm gonna press load. Let's go, guys. Control C file. Which rook you wish to use? Or you think so doesn't matter? No fast food. Grabbing the e-pawn, bishop d6, kind of fast tactic. Sledgehammer tried to win the pawn as fast as possible. Do you think so, bishop d6, and after bishop d6, rook d7, for example, the pawn is acceptable? Bishop d6, rook d7, do you think so pawn is acceptable? Somebody suggests to go to the C file, which is kind of natural. We have just only one open file on the board. Okay, he looks better, yeah. Knight is kind of fixed. Also, yeah, we have space for the bishop just because their pawn structure is the opposite color of the bishop. So this is giving us space for the bishop. Okay, I gotta move the other move of you, the other suggestion like that. And check out. Yeah, do you think so? The pawn e6, guys, is acceptable. Wait there, he's alright. You're so fast, chat. Even don't give me a chance to make a pawn. You're so fast and so advanced. So, guys, the pawn is not really acceptable. Wegener said the correct answer, but if somebody didn't read it, there we go. It's a poison pawn. So, Mr. Zlech, if you try to win as fast as possible, this doesn't work. Patience. Patience. Bishop c5. Taking immediately loses. Wait, what do you mean? Taking immediately loses. Wait, do you mean after rook d7 now to play bishop c5? Yeah, but I've got time for king f7, and now c5 is not really opened. If you meant to take here, alright. I'm gonna get a double pawn so we can analyze this too. But now this could help to the black to attack a2 also. Very fast, bring two rooks to the a file, for example. And I'm not sure this is so much winning for white. If you already transfer also your rooks to the c file, who will be faster. And I have also this blocking. So it's not a great deal, guys, to trade off this bishop for this knight now. So, rook to c2. Again, Yudovic Zagoryansky. Let's go to the game. Rook b7. Let's go to the strategy. By the way, they said that right now, they said that right now, if we are adding one white pawn on e5, the evaluation gonna change completely, because we have extra pawn, but our bishop is completely out of the playing area, completely blocked out. And the evaluation will change completely, because we even don't have excessive e6, we have blocked bishop. Imagine that we have a one pawn on e5. Good to check out potential positions like that. Okay, so they said that the bishop on g3 is a completely cure, so please don't dream to trade off him for the knight. It's a very wrong decision, very wrong. b7, double the rooks, double, bubble. Bishop f4, activate the bishop, prevent also g5. King g7, rook c5, king knight a8, rook c8. Finally, we go to the any back rank. Boom, bishop d6. Finally, your moves, chat. Your move. Knight b6, counterattack of the rook. Of course, we shouldn't trade off the power of the rook behind. Gonna give us more possibilities to attack the black king too. Hey Gilord, no, we take first one rook on e6 and then we play king f7, so we don't have a rook on e8 and your two pieces are under attack, Gilord. We talked about this variation before. Maybe before you came, I'm not sure. Rook d7, bishop e5, king f7. If king h7, there we go. That's why we need the rook, of course. Boom, checkmate. King f7, rook h8, attacking the pawn. h5, king h2, activity. Rook e7, king g3, knight d7. Attack the bishop, but bishop is flexible. If rook here, we just win the knight, of course, so counter-attack now. Rook a8. Counter-attack again, rook b8, then pressure b5, cannot touch the knight next. Rook d7, bishop e5. Looks like almost the same, but it's not. Now it's our turn. They don't have counterattack of our rook, so we're free to go inside activity of the king. You use the power of space. Use the power of space of your bishop, because bishop control really, again, he's such an annoying place piece. We can call him killer monster on e5. So he control many squares where black could get access of the open file. Like rook c7 and go inside. Right now, this is just a dream because of the bishop. King e5. There we go. b4 for black. Zugzwang. g3. Rook e7. This is kind of trap. This is kind of trap, because if you take the rook, there is a knight e7 fork, and their dream is to simplify and to survive. Please keep the rook. Knight e7, king e4. We look at the similar position before. We look at the similar position before. But not really. Now king is here, king is not here. So king e5, f4. If king is now coming to f7, there's the bishop takes b4. So it's not anymore the same position, just looks like. f4, bishop f8 check, king h7, g takes f4. Yeah, they are kind of paralyzed, so you should use this space, guys. Boom after boom, pawn after pawn, and the game is over soon with this trick like bishop d6, whatever you're doing, bishop e5 is coming, and boom is coming on h8, unstoppable. g5, space for the king, they never give up, king g6, rook g8, and finally black resign here. There we go. This is game number 6 to the chapter for today. Something on the computer? What do you mean something on the computer? Okay, I jumped to the next setup. This was more or less connected with so much maneuvers. Very often we don't have the patience and we hurry up to win the game. Check, 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 win. Oh, come on. Let's simplify. Let's trade off. You can see the patience of these Russian guys. They play solid and they're using some intermediate moves and some little sneaky moves, using the space, but slowly, slowly. Okay. I have the feeling that this could be the last one for today. More than enough endgames. I'm also a little tired, so I'm ready to wake up with puzzle battles. Can go to the regular puzzles now. Now from endgames, going to the regular puzzles, maybe we can cross 3200, who knows? Okay, last endgame for tonight. We continue with battles and regular puzzles first, that's my plan. Okay, there we go. Where is the bishop for white? Okay, this time only one rook. Still Russian chess, cool. I think everywhere in the schools they have education like chess, so they have many strong grandmasters. Becker. Whoa, your last name is your surname is Becker. I didn't know. 2-4 by June. Taco. Oh, you can just share screen with me and you can do it until end of April. Or you can just do it tonight. If you have any bet with someone or just with yourself. All right. Hort Lubojevic. It's a white's turn. By the way, Hort did a mistake with his first move, so let me know if you can do the same mistakes, chat. Hort Lubojevic. 1979 again. No, it's not again. This time it's Montreal. So this had not every time when you add rooks on the board, it's gonna change the evaluation, as we discussed little positions before. Mr. Jingles is your cat. Great. Rook a2, rook e2. Okay. White is having some kind of counterattack, they said, on the queen side part. On the queen side part. The question will be how to use this queen side part space, and in short, also they share with us that although black is slightly better, that's why I'm gonna flip the board here, just because black have full control of e5 square. He can also attack us here. He can use the fixing of c4, another weak square, another outpost. So too much outposts for the black knight and not so much space for the white bishop. First, we can talk about space, the control of the important squares, the activity of the rook, activity of the knight, and activity of the bishop, comparing these all things, and of course pawn structure, and of course center factor. And then you can realize what could be the evaluation. Here is very, very clear, because knight and rook are more active. It's very clear that black is slightly better. You try to get to 2-6 by the end of the month? Oh, that's great. We can do it next week. Knight takes b4, rook b1. c4 was a mistake. He thought that after he take back this, he gonna be alright. But he's not. Let me check out why. He took here, knight to c5, rook c7, h5, king g1, king f8, king f2, rook b8, rook c6, king e7. Black king is so close. This is the difference between. And white king is pretty far away from c4, also a5. What? 450? It's not 450. Okay. King e7, rook c7, king f6. Now, got an active king, rook b3, go behind. Rook b7. Why we are searching for trade-off the rooks? Because if white capture, we just take back with the knight and take a5 in our pocket. By the way, the rice is still in my mouse, and I'm not sure how to get out the rice. There no, I don't see anything how I can destroy the mouse and get it out. Not destroy, but open it, in short. It's a new model, so I'm a little worried about. I prefer to keep going with the mouse, with the rice, but I hear the sound. Okay, so rook b7, rook b7, rook c8. Of course, white should get rid. Activity, activity, another activity. There we go. Of course, we've got the risk to lose d6. There is no way to keep everything in the world. But after this moving, rook a3, king c2, rook a2. White resign. Oh, next could be interesting exercise. Spassky Karpov. Fischer Petrosyan. Maybe we can continue next time, guys. Is that clear for you why white resign right now? Passively lurking. Okay, We're gonna solve, we continue with the puzzles. Too much. Yeah, probably. No, if I find a way how to open it, for sure I can get it out. I don't see a hole. How the rice can go inside? Maybe the only one could be in the middle. In the middle there is something like sensor, lamp, light. Probably this is only one hole. Oh no, also this scroll. Oh no. Also this scroll is having a little hole and probably could be from there too. Yeah, I think I'll try to open it one day. King b1, rook takes a5, king c3, rook b3. Yeah, but don't you worry about losing this, for example. Okay, king b1, what are you doing? Do you want to take or do you want to keep the second rank pressure? Bring the king, bring the knight and checkmate. What do you think so gonna be more powerful? Take the pawn or bring the rook, keep the king, cut limitation? Which move you prefer, guys? Last question, and we keep going with the puzzles next. Okay, short poll, about 2 minutes. Let me see what the decision most of the people wish to take on. Rook f2, rook takes a5. Easy, yeah. So some of the exercises also knight has enough power. Some of them are not so easy. It's connected with 100 maneuvers. So we reach exercise number 18 out of this chapter. Next gonna be Spassky Karpov. Let's make a note because you have to know how to continue next time.